Thanks, Melissa. I love you, Melissa, too, honey. Thank you. Here's a big hug to you, too. Thank you so much. You have a fun day. You all have a fun day out there. I'm going to cut off here in a minute, and so he can get this up. This is Anna Maria 2979. Dr. Morse, I would immensely appreciate if you could address on how retina disclosure can be healed on a male, 39 years old, had a successful surgery when he was 8 years old. But 2 years ago, he started to be in trouble, pain on the left eye, left part of the head, and now a membrane started to develop and covering the left eye. Now, here's the thing. You see, even in surgery, we're not addressing the causative factors, and this is the problem. We're not addressing causative factors. And if you want to address causative factors, then you're going to have a remedy. So this poor lad did not address his lymph system at all, and the same acids now are breaking down his brain tissue, and now his eyes are deteriorating, and the body's building a film over it to protect itself. Way too acidic. So the body's in a protective mode, and this isn't good. I definitely use the eye wash to hopefully stop this in terms of the membrane, but you can do it, wash your eyes with it twice a day at least, get a little eye cup, easy to wash the eyes, take it internally, but move those lymphs, clean the trunk, clean the embryonic trunk, the GI tract here. Get that kidneys and adrenals filtering. Upper circulation, new brain and nerve, definitely on the menu for this one. And really get more blood flowing, lymph moving, get these acids out of here, because this is another case for someone who took treatment but didn't address the cause. And that's why it's so important. And there isn't anybody out there that can't understand that philosophy. If you treat the symptom, the cause is still there, creating more problems. Everyone can understand that. It is impactful, it is simplistic, and it's on point. And or you're gonna lose that eye. The medical doctor said the eye is dead, and most probably it has to be removed. Oh, I need a drink. Too bad you're not Long Island iced tea, although I can't handle alcohol, so I don't drink anything like that. The medical doctor, now let's see if we can get that baby alive again, right? It's front and center. But again, he didn't address causative factor. He didn't know to. It was his doctor's responsibility to tell him, but the doctor didn't know. That's the problem with allopathy. All I want out of allopathy to admit the truth, stand down, and let us come and heal a bunch of people without this kind of crap that you guys put out there. He has incredible head pains. Doctor said he has a bleeding, but I can't really explain. If he's bleeding, get the bleeding formula. The bleeding formula here is a homeostatic. It'll stop bleeding. At the same time, aggressively move lymph. Get up on a fruit, berry, and melon diet. Now, the fruit, berry, and melon diet, not only in this case is for lymph, flavonoids. We need a lot of flavonoids. That'll get up there and heal this vascular capillaries, the rods and cones, flavonoids. That probably wouldn't hurt to use the bones formula in this case as well, because of the high impact that comfrey has in healing tissue. Very powerful. At the same time, you got to move these acids out, or you're going to continue to deteriorate or break down the eye tissue. So you really want to move that lymph and get that lymph moving, because this is in the head, this is the brain. You could have brain lesions now, who knows? We got to stop all this. This guy's only 39 years old, for God's sake. So get that eye wash going. Get all this going yesterday. Really important, Anna Maria 2979. Really explain that to myself as things could turn really serious. Things already are serious, dear. Things are already serious. This guy's in serious trouble. Not just from the eye perspective, but from the brain perspective. Got to move lymph yesterday. Or maybe the body found a way to cope with it. The way to, well, I'll say that in the coping is the covering of the eye. Like the doc said, the eye's probably dying or dead, but we'll get her back if we can. Upper circ, brain, and nerve. They don't have the goodies we have. High fruit, berry, and melon diet, big time. Get up those bowels cleaned up. You got to clean the trunk. Got to get the kidneys and the adrenals up and moving. Very serious issue here. Or maybe, let's see, do you think with the help of lymph, herbs, upper circ, brain and nerve, you're right on. Right on, dear. Bleeding, eye wash. Boy, are you good. You guys are so good. You're so good. Absolutely. Boy, now this individual has really picked this up. This human will be able to see again. Well, we're certainly going to give it our best. I also have a formula called Visioplex. Now, there is a lot of vitamins and minerals, but it has raw eye tissue. Now, that might be a factor in helping. This is where a glandular might come in and inspire those eye cells to wake up. So, might try that one on top of that one. Well, when you're faced with losing your eye, brain lesions, and cancers, honk on. Please explain what protocol would you give us where you're going down that line. If it was me, I would be lymphatic 1 capsules three times a day. I would do stomach and bowel capsules for sure. I do kidney 1 capsules or liquid, kidney 2, make sure I get my sediment going. I do a glandular 160, adrenal 160, pop up my adrenals. Upper circ, you hit it right on the head. And head, upper circ, brain and nerve, bleeding, eye wash. You guys are good. And go after this, and we will save this guy's eye. I prefer referring people to you in your videos for a better and accurate understanding. Well, you're doing a pretty good job yourself, dear. You nailed it right on the head. What does this in the private area means? Fungus. Don't worry about the embarrassing question, my dear. This is a common question, a common problem. Like a jock itch, toenail fungus. I mean, we're all full of fungus. Don't be ashamed of that. Move those lymphs. Get your kidneys and adrenals up in line. You can use Parasite M to kill the fungus. At the same time, remember, this is about the lymph and about adrenals and improper sugar metabolism, fermentation. Stay away from the grains, blah, 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 blah. Detox the body out and that all will go away. You can use a topical antifungal cream, but this is an internal problem. And you won't get rid of it with creams, but you will if you go inside and clean it out. Is it true you can overdose on potassium from too many bananas? I've never done that. I don't know of anybody that's ever done that. I've never seen a primate do that. I know there's a lot of people that probably eat a lot of bananas, but I don't know how you could have more than 6 or more at a setting. I'm stupid. Now, I remember you. So I don't think so, because it has all the other chemistry in there. But when the body's in a healthy state, chemistry that's not used is excreted or stored and converted by the liver. Remember, the liver is a major someone asked me about liver and spleen. I'll give you more of a dissertation on anatomy later on. But the liver is just simply a major chemical transmutation factory. Everybody calls the liver a detoxifying organ. I don't see too much of that. Detoxifying means cleaning to the outside world. Liver does transmutate chemistry, though. In a way, you could call that a little detoxifying. But it moves, sugars into glycogen and glycogen into sugars. It transmutates all kinds of things. Silica into calcium. It can do all kinds of things. I mean, gosh, just pick up an A&P book and read on the liver. And we still don't know half of it. We still don't know. Some of the latest research claims that amino acids can be created by the liver from sugars. I don't know. I mean, all I know is God made a pretty good organ there. That baby's really incredible. Remember I told you it takes 500 acres of land to build a chemical manufacturing plant would match the amount of functions the liver performs? It's unreal. So it's just major moving chemistry and augmenting and changing and adapting chemistry to the needs of the human body. I mean, the body's a very aware chemical manufacturing plant. In every sense of the word, from steroids, hormones, neurotransmitters, to the liver, it's all. The spleen is simply an organ that is both a blood and lymph organ. Of course it is, because blood has to clean itself somewhere, and of course the spleen is an excellent place for the blood to refurbish itself into the lymph system. That's a good way to refurbish the red blood cells, is what the spleen does. Works with the platelets that makes the blood clot nicely for you. Spleen is a great organ. But it is a detoxifying organ. If there was one, it would be more detoxifying to the blood than the liver. My reflection. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I love that. Hi, Dr. Morse. Thank you for your videos. I have been about 70-80% raw. Good job. since February, but since I have been viewing your videos, I have stepped up my game by doing fruitarian. Superbulous job, my man. This is my 8th day. Wow, wow, wow. And I have been having fantastic results. Good job. Good job. I have been eating melons, grapes, oranges, berries, and bananas. Oh, that's a great diet. I mean, that's a very nutritious diet. I have been moving a lot of lymph and have only had 2 days of detox symptoms. Pretty good. Where my energy was a little off. That's your adrenals, of course. For those 2 days, I wasn't moving my bowels, and when I finally did, I had a hemorrhoid issue come back on me and has been with me since. Yeah, you might see that with raw, and it could get real bad, but they'll end up sucking away. You could use the Bones formula, lower circulation, anything like that, to start strengthening the wall. Make sure your parathyroid is in shape. That's utilization of calcium. I was wanting to know if there's a way to fully detox myself of this problem. Well, make sure you're on a bowel formula that allows your bowels to move smoothly and easy, but not too much. You want proper digestion time, you want proper absorption time, and then you want to eliminate the rest. So you don't want to push your foods too fast. Sorry, Richard Schultz, don't believe in liquid peanut butter being my stool consistency. Just so you know, I have done 2 rounds of water fasting, a 5-day and a 6-day. Boy, you're kicking butt. Experienced amazing results both times. I am building back up to do another one in June. Well, you're doing really good, my reflection. You're doing good. Proud of you. Good job. Keep it up. And this is S-U-P-A-H. Freak. Freak. Oh, something like that. Hi, Dr. Morris. So I'm a new subscriber. Welcome to the channel, my friend. And just found your channel because Dan was talking about you. That Dan McDonald. You guys enjoy him at the class? I'm wondering if you've ever talked about chronic fatigue syndrome on this channel. Absolutely. I had a cancer a few years ago, and because very tired and weak as a result, I'm seeing a specialist now, a bit better, but do you have any recommendations for me? Any help would be greatly appreciated. Well, let's look at this. I had cancer a few years ago and became very tired and weak as a result. I'm going to turn that statement backwards. The reason you're tired and fatigued is why you had the cancer. And that goes, even though you didn't feel it this is reality. And the reality is the adrenal glands are always involved. I was doing a radio show here, did them for years, and I was talking about, and this just was coincidence, but I was talking about the adrenal glands, the kidney connection, and cancer, about the lymph system. Well, after my show, which was an hour show, they had found another show on breast cancer, and they had this older medical doctor talking to a group of women about breast cancer. And most of his crap was just crap. And one lady was raising, you could tell by it was talk radio, but that she was asking a question. And the medical doctor says, yes, what's your question? She says, well, I heard that the adrenal glands plays a role in cancer, and there's a connection there. Now, she didn't hear it from my talk on the radio because this was an already recorded show, but somewhere, either our work for years or whatever, because we've been around a long time, we've been worldwide, so we've been promoting the understanding of the kidneys and the adrenals. And this medical doctor says, well, you know, I've heard like in Europe they've been thinking about the adrenal glands, and you know, we here in America, we don't hold any value to that at all.